We've established our low fire at this point in time, and now we can go ahead and set up our combustion analyzer and check our low fire combustion. Here we have our combustion analyzer ready to operate. We've got our fuel selected, and we're reading 20.9% oxygen. We're going to take our test wand and we're going to insert it into the test hole in the unit down here at the back. When we're taking our combustion sample, we have to be cognizant of the values that we're expecting to see on this particular unit. If you refer to your installation and operations manual, you'll find some tables in there that will identify your low fire combustion and high fire combustion. For this particular unit here, our low fire combustion for oxygen is between 6.6 and 5.8%. For a corresponding carbon dioxide value, that would be about 8 to 8.5%. As far as your combustion values are concerned, one of the things you have to be cognizant of is the air temperature coming into the unit. In this particular environment here, we have the boiler taking room air. If you actually happen to be taking air from outside, the air inlet cone would be attached to a piping system that goes out to the outside air. Now, if you're in a particularly cold part of the region of the country, you're going to have a situation where you have to be aware that the cold temperatures are going to have some impact on combustion. The colder the air, the denser the air, and the denser the air, the more oxygen there is in that particular air coming into the unit. If you find that your combustion readings on low fire are not within the parameters listed in the installation and operations manual, you might have to make an adjustment. To accommodate that adjustment, the gas valve has a adjustment port on the lower right hand corner. Using a small Allen wrench, you insert that into the little hex on the valve and you rotate it clockwise to increase the gas or counterclockwise to decrease that. Again, you want to use your combustion analyzer as a guideline as to where you're going to end up with that. Once you're satisfied with that reading, you can remove the wrench and close up your little plug there. At that time also you can check your gas pressure reading, which is on the last tapping before it enters the boiler. You can compare that with the values listed on the startup information on the control cabinet door. Once we're satisfied with our low fire combustion, we can then proceed to checking our high fire combustion. To accommodate that, we'll have to return back to the control cabinet and make a switch selection on our control panel to drive the unit to high fire. On this particular unit, we have a selector switch, basically a manual selector switch that's across our AA input, which is our highest priority heat demand, and it's now driven the unit to high fire. At this time, you can also take another look at your combustion analyzer to see how the readings are comparatively to our instruction manual. Again, for high fire readings, we're looking for about 6.2 to 5.2 O2 and about 8.3 to 8.8% CO2. We also have our manometer value, which we can refer to and compare that to the value that's on the control cabinet door startup information and see if that's within our range. Once you're satisfied with the combustion results, you can go back to the control cabinet, restore the T1 switch back to its normal position, and the unit will be ready for operation. Thank you for choosing RBI.